gentleman who I met he was here in town for the Taste of WVON, and he was on the governor's show, the one and only Mr. Cliff Kelly, and he actually stayed around and watched my show in production, and we ended up having a really great conversation. And I said, well, who is that in there talking to Cliff Kelly? And the crew said, oh, he's a Black Republican. I said, oh, wow, I know one that I'm trying to get on the show, and here's another one. And I said, well, I'm doggone. Next thing I know, I have about 10 of them. But I'm happy with the two gentlemen that I do currently have. So don't worry, I'm going to handle this as well, too. Our next guest is from Toledo, Ohio. His name is Mr. Richard Fair. Richard worked as a Republican staffer. He also is very active in the Republican Party for over 20 years. He was born and raised in Toledo, Ohio. And he's a really great guy. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for the one and only Mr. Richard Fair. How are you, sir?
Hey, thank you, Brother Chad Daddy. It's a pleasure.
Good. I'm glad to have you both on with me this evening. Gentlemen, I'm looking forward to a very good conversation. I think I want to start it off with this, and I'm going to talk to you first, Anthony, since you're sitting here in the studio. My number one question is, why are you Republican? Well, that's kind of it. That's kind of it. But now, I need it, since we all brothers here, let's take it back a little bit more than that. Sure. Where were you born? Where were you raised? Okay. What kind of family did you come from? Sure. Okay. Go ahead. I was born and raised right here in Chicago, Illinois. I grew up right on the west side of Chicago. My upbringing, I grew up right in Henry Horner Projects, but most people who don't know where it's at. It's right across the street from the United Center right now, whereas before it was called the Chicago Stadium. So I grew up most of my juvenile life at the projects right over there at Henry Horner Projects here. And from there, I was in middle school, I guess, at St. Malachy. Oh, grammar school over there on the west side. Our family, we moved from the Henry Horner Projects over to a little spot over on Central Park in Jackson. It was an apartment complex. And from there, we went over to, Martin Luther King Plaza. It's right there off Madison and Kennedy, right over there in that little area. Sure. I went to, right here in school, Chicago Public School System. I'm a product of the Chicago Public School System. Okay. Right at Lane Tech High School. Really? So yeah, Lane Tech is my high school I went to. I went there in the early 80s. Well, I graduated in 88, I guess. Okay. And I went to the Marine Corps. The Marine Corps, Operation Desert Storm, Desert Shield, highly decorated veteran. I came out of the Marine Corps. We did Operation Desert Shield, of course. I was in Kuwait. I was in Iraq. I was in South Korea. I was in Okinawa, Japan, Britain. So I've been all over the world, and that was at probably before I hit 20 age of 22, 23 years old. Okay. I came back here to the stateside, and I went to work for the Illinois Department of Corrections at the time. I was downstate in Danville Correctional Center. Okay. I transferred from there, moved up north here. I worked at the Illinois Youth Center Joliet, which is now closed, out in Joliet, and then I was at Valley View. Subsequently closed by Governor Ryan at the time. Okay. And now I'm at the Illinois Youth Center Warrenville, where it's co-ed actually. Okay. All right. So normal background, born and raised, like just everyday regular brother. You had Harold Chicken. Oh yeah. You like soul. Right. Yeah, I just thought that one on 87 is the damn right. Okay. You did. So if you listen to R&B. Right. Oh, absolutely. Okay. I mean, I enjoy your station even. I listen to all these guys. Okay. You have to get a perspective from both sides in order to understand the whole issue. I understand. Some people can have a little myopic approach towards the issues and problems that affect our community, and not one side may have all the answers to the questions that our community is being affected by. I agree. Okay, very good. All right, so Richard, I'm going to come to you. So born and raised in Toledo, Ohio, give us your background and your backstory.
Okay, I'm just a regular brother. My mother worked at the post office. My father worked construction for 44 years. They was never together. And I'm just a regular bro. I had cousins who went to the penitentiary in Ohio. I got some family in Chicago that went to the penitentiary in Illinois too. It's kind of funny, but straight up. Yeah, man. So, okay, what happens to me is I went to college for a while, but we got drunk every day. Went for a while, dropped out, worked construction for a while, didn't like it. And my hero was my grandmother. Her name was Bertha Fair. She passed in 2003, but she was my hero. She came from Forest City, Arkansas. Named after Nathan Bedford Forrest, Confederate general who started the KKK. That's where she was from. So she made her way up north, And she, when Mama, we called her Mama, when Mama was a child, she knew slaves. She was born in like 1915 or something. She knew slaves and she seen people lynched. So she got herself out the South. And my grandfather came up too. So my family moved to Toledo.
Okay.
So I never really had nothing I liked to do, man. It was like, okay, so while my grandmother, when she was younger, she used to clean houses. She did day work. And she used to do day work for these rich black people. And now I had met this guy's family, but, I didn't really know him because he had went to Georgetown. One of his sisters went to Harvard.
And you said, she worked for rich black people, right?
Yeah, it was rich black people.
Okay, I just wanted to be clear on what you said now. Okay, go ahead. All right.
Okay, so, the father was a doctor, so they had money. And so me and Mama watching TV, and Toledo is just like Chicago. It's 80% Democrat. It's never a Republican mayor, maybe a couple city council people, but it ain't nothing, right? So, since the Democrats always run everything, this guy, he gets back to Toledo after his father passed. And, they had him on the news, and they was endorsing him for, the Republican candidate for mayor. So Mama, me and her watching TV, and Mama go, listen, if you go by there and help him, he can help you get one of them city jobs. Because where I'm from, all you want is a city job, we got good benefits, or work at Jeep. We make the Jeep Liberty in my city.
Okay.
So I go by and I meet him. I think he's going to be called the Banks, right? Talk like a white guy, his cadence, hello, how are you? Thought he was going to be one of them, right? Because I'm regular. I got a baritone booming voice. I'm a regular, bro. So I go meet him, and man, he was all right. He was like, what you got to lose? I was like, nothing. So we go down to Columbus, and we meet, he ended up being a senator for a long time. His name is Mike DeWine. And it was nothing but love. And the same day, we meet Henry Kissinger. So that was my start. So some people, they have religious conversions and do all this other stuff. Me personally, I went looking for a job, man. And
looking for a job.
I kept rolling with it. It was like, now some stuff I agree with, other stuff I don't agree with. Like, I'm against abortion. I'm pro-gun. I'm pro-military. I got a cousin on death row in Ohio, and I'm for the death penalty. But I'm not for anybody's racism. So I'm anti-Trump. I'm not, if you're dogging black people, I'm not for it.
Hold on to all of that. Hold on, because that's a good thing. So now, Anthony, I want to ask you now, what made you become a Republican? Well, essentially what made me become a Republican is, like I said, all throughout my early adulthood, I lived in Chicago, and it's always been sort of similar to this situation out in Ohio. It's always been blacks, it's always been Democrat policies, and it's been those policies to me that showed the most detriment towards the black community. If you look at Chicago, for instance, we've had Democrat mayors for the last 40 years. If you look at the aldermen in Chicago, there is a huge percentage of aldermen within Chicago that are black, and they all just happen to be Democrats. And so for me, it's been the policies of the Democrat Party primarily, and I see that those policies have been working to some extent, or to most extent, insofar as the black community is concerned. I mean, as you know, there are two Chicagos here. You have black Chicago and you have white Chicago. Now, primarily on the white side, they seem to be doing pretty well. That's okay. They're their policies, they're supporting their policies, but on the blacks, those policies haven't hit pay dirt as so far as I'm concerned. And so I see policies that the black people in our communities are putting forward, and they haven't helped most black people. Okay. That's just been it for me. Okay. It's plain and simple. It doesn't get any easier than that. Beautiful. All right. Don, you good. You're wonderful. So 773-591-1690, 773-591-1690 if you want to get in on this conversation, if you want to talk to our guest this evening. When we come back from break, I'm going to share my personal